We finally got the Sony stuff. Sony ponies. Brian's new dishwasher. The God of War figures are here. After striking that deal, we first got the Helldivers, and now Kratos has officially been unveiled and up for pre-order. And I unfortunately could not give two shits. Spoilers, I did not pre-order any of these. They don't look that great. I personally don't think they look that great. Texture work, as McFarlane often does with stuff that has very leathery and buckly looks to it, the actual, it's literally the whole bottom half of the figure looks decent. And then you get to the top half and it just looks way too plasticky. It's one of the few figures where I'm like, out of all the figures to actually use the exact color of the plastic as instead of coating it in paint like you typically do, because that's what happened. That's why he's so shiny. You ask Skelly Bones, you're asking why he's so shiny, because because he's ashy. This is the actual plastic. They usually, whenever it's a skin tone character that's like bare chested or whatever, they cover the plastic with the skin tone paint, and that's why it's got that matted finish. They didn't do that this time. Since the plastic is probably this original color, they're like, all right, just don't paint it, and that's why it looks shiny like that. And the only paint application is probably the red bit here on the side, and the scarring on his forearms, and the torso scar, and that's why it looks shiny. Unless I'm wrong, and unfortunately it didn't work because I don't like how this looks. And the face sculpt looks way, for a figure that is going for a whopping $35. $35, guys. Because it's got this flashy, nice little blue box. But all you get is the extra hands, the gripping hands, really. The axe, and then what was this again? I knew he had it in the 2018 game, but I legit cannot remember what it's called. They didn't even put a product. Oh wait, it's right here. Include the Bifrost. That's right, and then the base in the card. That's it for $35. This, get rid of the Bifrost, and then maybe the hands. Keep the axe and charge $25. That's what they should have done. And I think that should have been a bit more accessible. The optics would have looked like, oh, maybe I'll pick it up when I go on a Target run. But this is $5 more than the Mortal Kombat. And sure, you get accessories, but not $35 worth, because you think of a Page Puncher or a collector's edition. But because it's gaming, again, God only knows if this was done by McFarlane or if it was done by Sony. Considering Sony's recent decisions, I wouldn't put it past them. But at the end of the day, it's kind of a 50-50 thing. I throw shade over to both McFarlane and to Sony for saying it has to be $35, but also to McFarlane for accepting the deal. They still said yes. They could have been like, no, we're just gonna make Helldivers and that's it. Now, as pointed out by one of you in the Pack Rat, saying the Ares armor looked okay, but not for that. Yeah, because it gets even worse. Not only do you have this generic Angherjar character that's meant to be like an army builder, which looks like it's the same goddamn body, only with some retooled bits here in the middle, and the armor and the head, same price, and all you get is, I think, the same quantity of accessories. Let me check. But I believe this is $35. Technically, I think you get less because you don't have the Bifrost. $35. But then you get the Elite Edition of the Ares armor. This is that big Elite Edition that comes with the axe and the Blades of Chaos, an extra pair of hands, the bonus Screaming Face, but it comes with the Ares armor. And I'm sorry, but it's funny because you would think I would say, oh yeah, this looks dope considering that it's red, it's my color clash. But that's like a bonus armor that you can kind of swap out to and the shield. If you were to make an Elite Edition of a Ragnarok look, it should have been the one that's on the box with the wolf pelts and that extra like guard on his arm right there. That's the definitive look. This is something that you can swap out to, because if you haven't played the game, you can, swap pieces and the look of Kratos depending on which armor set you go for. I like that he's got the screaming face. It wouldn't be Kratos without a screaming head, but you only get, well, okay, so it's the extra pair, the extra head, and the Blades of Chaos and the shield. You go from $35 to then $60, but you go with a look that you can't change, which is the armor set. Does $60 make sense? Pragmatically, yes. Is it enticing enough to want to pick up? No. If you do pick up though, go to Walmart. Walmart has it for $50. And it's still available. But again, it's not a definitive look. And it also doesn't help that in the horizon, based on those leaks, which are almost all but true, based on those leaks, there's going to be a Greek era edition. But I remember, I don't know where the comment went, but somebody posted a comment saying, God forbid you use the same body of this guy on the... Oh, here, it's right here. I swear to God, if you reuse that ass upper body for the Greek era version, the ass, I love the phrase, the verb, or the term ass. It makes me laugh every time. I can't help but feel that they will. They're going to use the dad bod for the Greek era and just swap out the head. And give you the Blades of Chaos. It'll probably be the $35 version, not an Elite version, but lose the axe, you lose the head with the beard, you get maybe, the narrower legs that's going to have the skirt, the Greek skirt, but that top body, I wouldn't put it past them. It's probably going to just be this one. I'm already preparing myself. It's going to be this one, and they're just going to swap out the head for just the goatee and the angrier look and call it a day.